Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Captain Zorax and Triceraton Infantryman figures from JoyToy. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, both these figures look exquisite, and if you saw my review of the 4 turtles, you know that I was just gushing over those. I really love the details that JoyToy is throwing in here. They're really taking a bunch of different versions of these characters, putting them together, and just coming out with some fantastic stuff. We're going to start off with Captain Zorax, and yeah, just really good stuff here where they kind of went for more the Roman Emperor sort of look, and it works. I mean, again, it looks regal, it looks like, you know, a pompous leader. So just great work here with the metallics, that like really nice kind of, not bright silver, more of a gunmetal with these deep, like rich gold accents. You get that across the chest as well. Then you get these little like kind of hanging pieces of cloth and the cord. I'm sure those have actual names, so let me know in the comments if you are aware of what those are. Then we get, you know, kind of more of a loincloth going on in the middle. Not soft goods, but highly pliable. We get a belt with some pouches, and those are removable. Those are actually on ball joints. The grenade here pops off actually pretty easily, so I've been trying to be careful with that. But some nice details all around, especially with the red dots and the detonator there. Or maybe it's the pin. Actually, never mind. I actually didn't fully think that through. So. But in any event, then we get his horns, and we do get these kind of little gold balls here on the end, just kind of showing, I guess, some restraint maybe, but you know, ornamentation nonetheless. And then the face itself, just this very visceral looking face. Some harsh details here up on the crest. Some horns, almost like a Styracosaurus, not necessarily a Triceratops. Really cool touch, I think. They just look excellent. The darkening around the eyes, I think, really adds a lot. And then the inside of the mouth fully painted as well. So that's Captain Zorax. Then the Infantryman, a little bit of a darker tone in terms of the skin, so more of a straight up orange, more of what we have seen from a lot of representations of the Triceratons. Some dashes of purple here around the eyes to kind of bring out that darkness around the eye itself even more. Once again, we do get the horns around the crest itself not being quite as busy, but I do like this design as well, a little more ordered. And the horns here, speaking of which, you know, kind of a little more straightforward, except for the one on the right, which looks like it got broken off and they just kind of bolted it back on. So that's a really cool touch. Again, a lot of personality going on. Inside of the mouth painted here as well. The armor here being a lot more modern, a little bit more high tech. So we get the triangle that we generally see on the Triceratons, and you know, the details being a little more harsh, a little bit more kind of cyber looking, if you will. We get the back here with the kind of black piece going on there. We do get a scarf as well. Much like the turtles, you know, not soft goods, and the tie is just kind of blown in the wind, and that's just how it is. It doesn't articulate or anything like that. Getting to the rest of the figure, just, you know, more silver and gray accents, so a lot more subdued as you would expect from a soldier. And then we get the wraps here at the legs, that they're very nicely done. The base body itself, I believe, is the same as Captain Zorax, so you can see a lot of the muscle details are the same thing, just again different colors. But they both have that nice dark wash as well to bring out those details, and that'll do it for aesthetics. We get a whole ton of accessories with both figures, so let's jump right in, starting with Captain Zorax. With hands, we do get a pair of fists. Not fists, we get a pair of grips. We're used to saying fists first. Then we get a pair of fists. Then we get a pair of splayed out hands, and finally a pair of trigger hands. And we get all the same things, all those same hands with the Infantryman as well. Then we also get a couple of stands, which we have been seeing with all of these figures. So we get the kind of the manhole look with this kind of brick and a couple of pegs to put the feet. Then we also get a kind of standard stand. This time it just says City Sewer, and it's in gray and black. So there's that. Then we get into some, actually before we get into the weapons, we do get a barbell here with some weights on it. You can see it's bent. So looks best when it's held in one hand because of that, but still really cool addition. Really like the matte black here with that kind of gunmetal sort of silver coming back into it. Then we get into the weapons, and we do get a couple of hand knife dagger sort of deals. These things look awesome. Again, nice shiny metallic paint going on. Get some rivets, space for the hands as well, and some hand guards. So that's really cool. Then we get a rocket, just in, you know, that silver coming back into it, and then that red tip. And that goes with this awesome looking rocket launcher. Really like the metallic red they got going on the front. We got the kind of trident sort of look at the front. Some nice detailing all around as well. We do get this kind of scope, sight sort of deal. We get the handle here. We get some matte black with the little rivets going on there. They get the side piece, which does come out. It's a little hollow, and that is where we can store that rocket, or at least I thought it fit in there. Kind of fits in there, not perfectly, but it does go in there. And then you can see that that just kind of fits in the side. So there's that. That's everything for Captain Zorax. So again, we get the same hands and the same stands for the Infantryman, but this time our daggers are kind of two single daggers, which are very similar to what we've seen with other Triceratons from other lines. You can see that there's both a peg and a hole, so these all can come together for one single weapon as well, which is a cool touch. I really like the nice shade of purple that they use here as well. Then we get a sidearm, like comically large, so that's pretty cool looking, and nice matte brown here for the handle. Then we get, instead of a rocket launcher, we do get this kind of pulse rifle sort of looking deal. Again, we get that red triangle coming into it, then some really nice details all around. I think this comes out as well. So yep, we see the magazine comes out and just ports right back in. Really nice attention to detail. We get this red piece for, I don't think it's a sight, that might be a laser sight of some sort. But yeah, really cool sculpt overall, really nice and dynamic. And then for the weights, we get a couple of dumbbells, and again, nice matte black, and then that silver coming back into it as well. And that will do it for accessories. Articulation balance here are fantastic, and we're going to use the Infantryman here as the example. Freestanding kicks, absolutely no problem. Part of that is that those nice flat feet, and also some really nice tight joints. So getting into the nitty gritty, dropped a piece of the belt there. And we do get a barbell joint here for the head, so we can look up about that much. We can look down, we can tilt side to side, we can rotate. We get articulated jaws for both of them, so we can open about that much. We can close all the way. For the arms, we are hinge and swivel, so we can come up into a pretty good T. We can rotate there as well. Single jointed elbows coming to just past 90, can rotate there as well. We get barbell joints for the hands, so we can go anywhere we want there, can rotate of course. We do get a barbell joint here at the diaphragm and at the waist. So we are going to, actually there you can see it. So there's the assembly. Running into that, you know, again, push it too far, it's gonna come off. So we are running into the armor, unfortunately. So crunch isn't crazy, but we do get some nice arch back, some nice tilt side to side. We get rotation at both of those joints. Then we get drop downs. We actually get these nice metal barbell joints for those hips, and that is awesome to see. I think that those are the only metal joints, the only ones that I've seen, but it's cool that they're there. That allows us to get perfect splits, positively beautiful. Front kick as well is going to be your perfect 90. We do get a thigh swivel in addition to all of that as well. Double jointed knees going all the way in half, beautiful. We get really nice point. Not really any forward because we're going to run into the wraps here or the armor for Zorax. Some really nice pivot as well. It's going all the way over there. Then we get a ball joint at the, not at the base of the tail, but just a little bit, kind of like a third, not a third, maybe like eighth in. Oh, dropping more pieces here. There goes the grenade. So come up, come down, it can come all the way around. And then it's bendy wire for the rest of it. So you can get some nice kind of curvy looks going on there as well. And that will do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here they are with some other JoyToy TMNT, with some other anthropomorphic dinosaurs, with some domestics, with some imports, with some monsters. Finally, with yours truly in human form in both 1/18 and 1/12 scale. So my final thoughts on the TMNT Captain Zorax and Triceraton Infantryman figures from JoyToy is that these absolutely kick ass. Just incredible details, the accessories, the paint, the sculpt, everything about these figures is absolutely fantastic. I think if you have any interest in the Triceratons just as a group within the TMNT universe, if you just like anthropomorphic dinosaurs, there's just so much to love here, and I cannot recommend them enough. JoyToy is absolutely killing it, and even if you don't like 1/18, these do fit in with some 1/12 sort of stuff. So yeah, that's really cool to see, and yeah, just cannot say enough about it. Just go get these. Do not pass it up. I guess technically this line is not available in the US, but there's plenty of ways to get it from US retailers. So I wish you the best of luck in picking yours up. That being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. If that's the case, I hope to see you back here, because I do reviews every week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. Any that appeals to you, come on back. Let's talk about some nice plastic, escape this world for a while. But really, at the end of the day, I just hope you're well. I hope that all of your toy dreams come true, and most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.